Welcome to Focus and Faith. I am Eva, your host. Thank you so very much for joining me. God, where do I start? Where do I start? Lord, help us, please. Where do I start? There is so much going on right now, so I really want to jump right into it because, as you all know, old comers, newcomers, understand that this show is all about spirituality, okay? Focusing on your faith, okay? Allowing your spirit to be in that driver's seat and the compass of your life, okay? Let it guide you. What is that compass? Your spirit. What is in the driver's seat? Your spirit, okay? So allowing it, getting in touch with your spirit is what's going to give you that encouragement that what you're doing is right, the road that you travel is right, and all of those things, the direction that you're going in is right. So that's what this show is all about. We're learning that we are spiritual beings and that we can live, operate, navigate this journey of life as spiritual beings having an earthly experience. That being said, there's a lot of things going on in this earth that we have to navigate through. We have to navigate through. Be it good, bad, or ugly, we have to navigate through it. And right now, this nation, the entire world, is navigating through some ugly, ugly, ugly forests, some ugly fields, some deep waters, deeper than we ever thought we could go. But we're still surviving. We are surviving. And it's sad in a number of different ways of the things that we have to go through and navigate through because they are not necessarily of our own doing. Did you hear me? Did you get that? It is not necessarily of our own doing. Okay, so a lot of things that have been put on us, placed on us as a nation of people, and I'm talking about everybody and right now. We're going to get to the nation of black people in just 1 second. But right now I'm talking about human beings as a whole, okay? The powers that be that were either voted into power or handed down from generation to generation into power. Each generation you got a different personality coming on board. So whoever your leadership is, be it male, female, whatever nationality or race or whatever you want to call it, whoever they are, we are all dealing with this serious conditions that we have going on here. One of which is in the medical field, our health arena. And the second is racism. So how do we cope with those things as a spiritual being having an earthly experience? Because as spiritual beings, we want everything to be okay. And I'm going to say that again. As spiritual beings, we want everything to be okay. Not everybody is operating as a spiritual being. Therefore, they don't care if everything is okay for everybody. Do you get that? Are you following me? Okay? Not everybody is consciously awake and aware of who they are and what they're sent here for. Okay? So some of them allow themselves to be used by other spiritual beings that they are making connection to. Do you understand me? Are you following me? And this is not meant to scare anybody, but this is just fact. And the fact is that there is good and there is evil. Okay? Follow money, follow evil. Okay? Are you following me? Are you understanding what I'm saying to you? Although as spiritual beings, we want everything to be great and everything to be peaceful and everybody to have their equal share and everybody to get along and, everything is hunky-dory and la-la land. Everybody's walking around singing and dancing and enjoying life. Well, that is not the reality of life. It's just not that way. So we are constantly, doing this and that. We're going back and forth. We're being pulled in one direction and pulled and pushed into another direction. Okay. And at some point, your body begins to say, what is going on? Wait a minute. Yeah. I cannot deal with this. This is your body. Your body begins to say that, send those transmissions through to your brain. Your brain sends that transmission through to your spirit, and now you are starting to feel sick. Yes, people get stressed out. You get emotionally drained, okay? Your body gets weak. And in the medical society, they talk about your immune system gets low, okay? Because of all this stress, all of this uncertainty that's going on right now. So what do we do as spiritual beings to combat this? Especially as a nation of people of color, specifically Black people, okay? I know that every other race have had their issues, okay, dealing with different races, be it Chinese, be it Caucasian or European or what have you. We have all been through some kind of push, pull, or struggle, okay? But the part is that I want to get to is specifically related to the Black nation of people. What is it that makes other nations, other races, so fearful of people of color, of Black people? What is it that makes them so fearful of us? What is it that makes them think that we have so much power over them that just the mere color of our skin and the mere presence of us being in a room or in a space with them, whether it's outdoors or indoors, makes them afraid? What is it? When naturally we as a Black nation of people are the most kind, loving, long-suffering, forgiving, charitable, empathizing people in the entire world. But yet we have this European Caucasian nation, and I'm adding Germany and all the other ones in there as well. They're falling under the European category for me. Anybody of the Blanco, which is white in Spanish, Blanco, that is white color of skin. Why is it that they are so fearful of people of Black skin, of Black nation, Black nationality? What is it? Is that a spiritual thing? Because is it that what's going down through their generation, okay, and that's still penetrating their soul is the things that their ancestors have done in the past, okay, to other nations of people, specifically African descendants, okay? So yes, we all understand that Africa is the motherland and we all were created, born there, and spread out across the continents and the Great Divide and the whole history of all of that. But the bottom line, when that separation came about and when these nations of people came back, the Portuguese and the Caucasians came back to Africa. They came back there to looter and steal. Okay? Not only that, but to take people, human beings, okay, and enslave them. All right? So fast forward. Let's move fast forward to today. What is it that has caused this specific nationality or nation of people, Caucasian, okay, that have come to this United States of America, all right, a land and country that was already inhabited, to take control of it, all right, then turn around and use it against the inhabitants, bring other inhabitants into this country, all right, use and abuse them, okay, establish this supremacy, but yet they still feel like they are afraid, like they have to hammer something into us, like they have to prove a point. All right, so I am trying to let you all know that this is more than what it seems to be. It goes deeper to that than that. And how do we heal? How do we heal? We have to heal in order to move on, okay? And how do we get off this weight as far as a Black nation of people? How do we get ourselves stress-free, our emotions clear? All right? I do believe the events of this day and age and what's transpired over this past week, you know, and I'm deliberately not naming what has happened because I don't feel like it would do justice to all the other Black people that have suffered at the hands of the Caucasian nation. All right? So I'm not going into specifics, but you guys know what I'm talking about because you know what's been going on, not only this past week, but these past few months as far as the health care community goes and as far as racism goes. Okay? So healing. And I do believe with this last week's event that the Caucasian community, the white community, finally get it. They get it, they've seen it, they've heard about it, and they're sick of it. They are sick of it. And they are calling out their nation of people. Okay? They are sick of even being a part of who they are because of the history behind it. So once you come into realization, you receive a revelation about who you are and the culture that you come from, the nation of people that you come from, and you can accept it. It's painful. Truth hurts. It hurts. But once you can get through that, okay, then will you be able to heal. Then you can help heal other people. So I am praying, I am meditating, I am speaking to God, and I would love for you all to join me, okay, in changing the way we see things so what we see will change. And then healing will truly take place, okay? But until then, we have to act now. We have to act now as far as educating, changing our legal system. This is what we have to do. And for us, as spiritual beings, okay, let's connect to God, okay, and listen to what God is telling us to do in this time. That's all the time I have. I want to thank you for joining me. I hope that this was helpful to you all. We're all in healing process right now. We have to heal from this. So thank you all for joining me. Enjoy your day.